Hello people, this is Dev from The Wandering Soul. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to watch a video that has been requested to me a couple of times, and the video is about the dance form of Kuchipudi. So for those of you who are not aware, Kuchipudi is a classical Indian dance form that originated in the state of Andhra Pradesh in southern India. So today, in today's Indian map, it would be in the state of Andhra. So the title of the video is Krishna Shabdam Kuchipudi by Sandhya Raju. So I did just a brief research because it's good to know what the dance is about before we actually watch it. So Krishna Shabdam is essentially a small story or a play in dance where a milkmaid in Lord Krishna's village, or you can say a woman in Lord Krishna's village, is trying to make Lord Krishna come and meet her. She's trying to attract Lord Krishna and to meet her, and she does that in a variety of ways. That's the essence of the dance that we are going to watch today. So let's watch the beautiful dance. The dress is so beautiful, so graceful. No matter how many times I watch our Indian classical dance performances, I just have to put that out there. Just amazing. The whole attire. So that seemed to be cut short abruptly, because she was in the midst of her step and then the video got cut. So anyway, going by the clip, the one thing that never ceases to amaze me is how expressive all the traditional Indian classical dance forms are. Like, previously I had reviewed a dance performance by Sayani Chakraborty, the Shiva Tandava dance performance, and this is no less expressive. In fact, it's probably more expressive because she's trying to convey a story through the dance, and that is the speciality of Kuchipudi. Like, while all Indian dance forms rely on expression to convey the meaning or the art form, Kuchipudi actually is probably one of the few prominent Indian classical dance forms that actually convey. It's kind of like a play, in a dance form. So you can see the variety of expressions that she was using to convey. She was asking, the way she was asking Lord Krishna to come down and meet her, the way she was like, play sulking, when probably it looks like he refused, and she was like kind of like sulking and as if okay, no big deal. And then she was like offering him butter, it's supposed to be Krishna's favorite dish. And I think towards the end she made a garland and she put that around his neck. So all those expressions, the way she has brought out is simply beautiful. So I did a brief research, and before I forget, also I have to say that it's when you're having a mimed dance performance like Kuchipudi, it's very important that you enjoy what you're doing, because when a dance form is purely about movement, you can carry it off without actually enjoying the process, in the sense that the focus is not on your eyes, but they say the eyes are the windows to the soul. So in this kind of performance, your eyes, you have to really enjoy and believe what you're doing in order to convince the audience of what you're conveying. And it's very clear that whatever the lady Sandhya Raju was doing, she was enjoying the process, because otherwise you can see every expression is genuine when she was doing the dance performance. There is no other greater compliment that you can give than that. So it was absolutely beautiful, and I'm amazed at the level of control these performers have, and the grace and the beauty with which they do it, the patience and the spirituality they bring. It's like I never cease to be. I'm always amazed by that. So coming to outside of this performance, I did a brief research on like the dance form of Kuchipudi itself, and I found that it's amazing that all the major Indian classical dance forms, they originate from what is called the Natya Shastra, which was a text written. Right now, it's dated to be around 200 BC, but most of our cultures say that it's much older than that. But whatever, like 200 BC, from somewhere thereabouts, like it was a science or compendium of Indian dance form, and all the major Indian dance forms like evolved from that. So essentially in South India, there are two major dance forms, which is Bharatanatyam. I mean, there are three, obviously: Bharatanatyam, Kuchipudi, and Mohiniyattam. So coming to Bharatanatyam and Kuchipudi, so apparently they both are like, they both rely on postures, they both rely on hand movements, rhythmic steps and all that. But what I have read is that Bharatanatyam is more stresses more on the mudras or the postures, the hand signs. Mudras is hand signs. And Kuchipudi relies a little bit more on abhinaya or expression, like it's like a mime, like that you can see from this dance performance that is true. Like she's trying to convey a lot of things, a lot of emotions and moods on her through her facial expressions. So it's just amazing, like how a single source of Natya Shastra evolved into so many different branches of our classical dance forms, and they're all beautiful in their own way. They all convey different, they all incorporate different stories or different aspects of or emotions, but essentially they are all rooted to the same tree. So I hope you guys enjoyed this dance clip. I really did, and thank you for bringing it to my attention. And if you're like, I think she has her own channel, so I would definitely check it out. And if you're interested, you can check it out too. So until my next video, I see you all. Bye.